we drink Ghana home. Sometimes the stories in here ready. Yes, me mama tena en kasasa it's mo fan che pa yenye sa na edi adwuma nim se mo twan ya che na what is written on the board no eno ane ye ba be som ye man konkro Ghana so tell friends to another pal say Dizzi aba na say the da yesi ye no mene mo ana edi dwuma no esan se me communicators no eno o ma che ye pa anti na ye se me sha ase na ya nkasa wo a wo hwe me from achichi ne benche ye wo hwe me efri fie ene ba biara ene wona wo ye me communicator wona ye me pundit anasa wona ye me panel nti ene mebia mo atro na to muntem na ye nyina ya bobo nsem ne ho akaya de ate esi abonten so a obi e ka bi eno na ye ka na ye so ye de ende ye ka na chese ye be ma wo nyamu hunumu emu nchiremu enimu entiase nye story bia na ye fa ane ye na emom de oman no mpuntuo ebekoso na ede obrapa ana asesena pa aba me no mi nu ya bra bom eno ene ye fa na ye de aba na ye nyina ya bobo hu dwumie de e chagu on your multi TV de boss Hana TV. We are streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, and also Hana TV. Inti mesre se uwo fia wo de ko Facebook and I say YouTube. Na search Hana TV, HANA Hana TV. Na share link no. Share link no na afoforo inya bi nhwe wo WhatsApp share link no efa ye wo start na obi nso nya bi nhwe ensan se yese konfo bone sise kuro bebo a ono nso timu bi enti kuro no se beye ya o mind beye ya ejina me no mienu eso sise dwumadie kama sei kwa na eni de kwan so nso ama wo yonko odofo bi wunu ya bi enso anya bi na ono nso ahwe se de misi miamia me phone so yi hu se me nso me share no enti message se wo fie na ahwe TV no kra wo de share link no na afoforo nso nya den enya bi na omo enhwe munye ne saa emayen na ni nyina emmoa oman Ghana yi yedie ye kankro ti na da bia ne ye dware na ya ba betena ha se ye nyina ye ba be pensem ensem a ekoso ewo ye man kronkron Ghana mu itimesre se monsa ne nso sa ema me pa dwumadie number ye didi dwumadie is on your TV screen 0592136677 wo SMS ene wo WhatsApp messages no mo fan for mekenkan matise binum se wo send messages na menkan enya mea se ebie phone lines ni tuma na ye se message ne kan akoye bibia wo but ene me try my very best na say me kan obi messages ede amano pa eyie na ye betena ye dwumako bi na so yasene me ye bibi esi bro from Monday to Friday and you obi asa very own sofa Dr. Apia Herbal Center wo Kumasi in the Ashanti region kwada so bola kesim to be precise and kan be bia na ni GTV any Odo TV wo currently Hana TV Hana radio ye wono ha ana sofa Dr. Apia udini dwuma wose fa wani yare ne bra na on sama say fra say tesi so spectacle concern with me atransan with me akenkan and am person san with me ananse dia wo de ba obete ne te e dia ma na de won so sronko wona ya rehwe no ne say on fa aban bi nchiri wani no so on fa duro bi nso wani no so si aye wani ni surgery kra fa bra obam waduro unom na pass through your veins na aye magic words no na free baby test so ebete spectacle no onhye biem titu America na bra sofo Dr. Apia Herbal Center ho kwada so bola kesiem ha ana odini dwuma enye no nko se be ma waye mre mpamiche low sperm count sexual weakness, syphilis, gonorrhea, typhoid, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, asthma, diabetes obi a wabodam kra kwa fa na adru dia ba any chronic disease ya ka chronic disease ya re awako a chese enkoda no wo de ba so Dr. Apia na so ye obete ne te e dia man so Dr. Apia freno na beji wa ya hwe na da ya no wa asem bi a oka o se so onfa ya re no emma ne nhwa fa ya re na onfa na adru so Dr. Apia number no screen as no 0547664872 0547664872 friend says here na je wa ya hwe ye bia ya pona to Hana TV betimi aba so ya se no odwumadie bia ye di no Hana TV fia especially BBSC na also yasena ebeboa pa yabo wade to de ru kama edi amount na I tell you say obi beka so akwaje adru nanso na enye adru na ye Hana TV ayebo wade to de ru ma wono ana amani pa ebu aba nipa bu afaso eba be hwe wade kura wo ye no wase ye ho no number no that TV no ase no anasa so doctor api number no na number na edidi dwuma no kura wo fra mpanimfo ebe je wo so no mo ne wadi nkombo kama ede amayen mo hye ne nso samayen se ne me ne mo na edi dwuma no enti ene de kwan so ofra na watwe ho afi television set no ho anasa wa mute na anasa wa low no kura na ne makasa through the mobile phone na emwa ye pa emayen yen kwa yanim enra na meka sembi batment mi ani so we by special request me be ye program bi ane ye friend the big push e was so we nya his excellency John Dramani Mahama big push no na we ye factories which has been abandoned ye Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah the factories are just both NDC and PP o ma jaja ni mu no and then ye bebo area ho pa ayesa the big push no na tip stories no and ye kwa anim dia this one says equity savings and loans crisis. Thousands of depositors left stranded after several branches shut down. Yes, and you know, say a year savings and loans be a what I cry a friend equity. Na yato branches ni nyina mu. Den ana me yato branches num. Omo deposit wo musika e de yato ho no. Omaye stranded ye the moon semina ebebrem and then woman loses her home and personal belongings during demolition exercise at is it Aboba ye the moon sem ebebrem Agboba very good baby I mean sure Agboba ye the moon sem ebebrel ewo ho na ene 3rd June na menkai ubia yawo yenyina ye nim 3rd June disaster bia esi ewo Ghana ha nina ye flood esi ewo Accra me kire nsu atama Nigeria afa binum ama fofia anto ata fuel tank bi nso expose ya ye kan say di oyo ne kese eba Ghana ha pa enti circle and circle and I think say fuel no so explode sa we no nyina eba na ye hwe Ghana this year 159 lives and ye hwe wo mo ebinum so somewhere injured na yenkai obi aya yenkai obi na this year sa atori entem we eto no ye bebo ewrem ewo ho pa ye na ya bia 1 minute silence bi ede ama abusuan omo hwere omo adofo Ghana de to ye nipa se bebo ewrem ho se June 3rd disaster Ghana remember 11 years since tragic flood and fire at Circle 159 lives lost ye de mu nyina ebebrem eyi and then mekasa no emaye mo fan cheme and this one says Honorable Reverend Insim Fodio speaks about LGBTQ plus bill amendments na ke say nra ye boss video we ntimi amo na ye bebo edi ewrem ewo ho na enche bia ana ye MTN edi betu dwa say o withdraw sika from bank to wallet on betu 0.75% na sa in same way no lead to somewhere akodru baby na yedimunsem ebebremo na sansem kro ya ana ye Honorable Kwadwo Oponkonoma wo NPP amanyokuom wode nsem bi aba betu dwa se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama one NDC aban no omo ba aban mu no omo introduce 8 taxes which are e-levy eka ho na asem we a woka ye no ama Bogatanga Central MP Honorable Isaac Adongo wasaye member ema wasaye member board of Bank of Ghana and also the ensembi aba betudwa afa ensema Kwadwo Pon Nkrumah edi betudwa no na ensemben and also the revelation bi aba betudwa efa time na NPP ewa ban mu no enhyehyɛ a ɔmo ne MTN na yewia na the big push ewo dwumadie no so ana meka no yebebo ewra Bogatanga meat factory yebebo ewra ho yebebo ewra achim kede yɛbɛsa ewura ɛyɛ wenchi yɛbɛkɔ ɛyɛ cocoa silos yɛbɛkɔ pencil factory na sɛ aban bonza tiles ni nyinaa yɛbɛkɔ ɛyɛ abosu glass ni nyinaa yɛbɛkɔ factories a ɛyɛ Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ɛyɛ which has been abandoned ankene yɛka 24-hour economy market ne nasefo nyinaa no ke betimi renovate na yɛde saa nneɛma no ayɛ adwuma we ene nsɛm aka ne yɛde bɛso nneɛma nkonkro Ghana na ene sɛ de misika no sɛ me voice no enhyɛ da nyɛ mo fa nkyɛ me na ene wo a wo hwɛ me from achichi ne benkyɛ wo na ayɛ me panel nti yɛn konsem no mu one after the other na yɛnyi videos the ma program we unique and as exceptional all political shows no have you guys are here to educate, entertain, motivate the early or the young ones. Sebesa mu akwanya no na won so akyere wadwen ani die kwan so. Na ye mo ye tirim anasere mu kan bi na ye nka asem no. Enti ne ka asem na ne ye hu mfonyini na nso wanya mu hunu mu ni mu nti ase sei ana asomasi anase obenten waka ana waye ti ne wo frɛ na wo kyere wadwena na wahu baabi a sɛde obesi aka wa asem. Ti yen kwayanim dia equity savings and loans crisis ni nyina ne se da ne da nyina no aya na ye bobi no mukokɔ se savings and loans bi wɔ hɔ a mudu sika ekwa akoto hɔ a aya ye very careful ye ni ha se ye ba ba gu obi adwuma na dean ana ama equity savings and loans ne customers omo aye stranded ewo edwa so dean ana ama omo aye stranded yenko na yinti emra ye wi a me no nyina ye bebobo ye wi a obetimi abo rem 0592136677 ene ona aye me panel enti ubo rem a how bia eni ho na ye nyina ye nkyere ya adwenti yenko equity savings and loans na yenko depositors no ensemben na omo eka efa ye equity I say branches ni nyina no ya shut it down no yenko na yinti mu nsem emra.
My friend
alerted us that the facility had been locked. He didn't believe her, so we went to check and it was true.
Frederick and Akos have never met, yet both find themselves asking the same question. What happened to the money they entrusted to Equity Savings and Loans? For years, customers say the company maintained a visible presence through branch networks and field collectors who regularly visited markets and businesses to collect deposits. Many said they had little reason to doubt the institution. Records reviewed by Joy News show Equity Savings and Loans Limited was incorporated in November 2011 as a private limited company operating in the finance sector. Its stated activities included micro and small business financing, consumer credit and Susu savings schemes. The records also listed several directors and beneficial owners connected to the company. For customers, however, those details now matter less than one person concerned: access to their savings. Joy News visited the company's listed offices in Newtown, Dome, and its East Legon headquarters. At all three locations, the premises were locked with no visible staff presence or activity inside. Although signboards remain in place at some of the sites, there was no indication of operations on the ground. Neighbors in the area told Joy News they had not seen staff on site for weeks.
I
have never seen the bank open. I don't know if they are still operating.
I don't know,
People ask about them, but I just tell them that they are not around. Customers interviewed by Joy News describe similar experiences, although their timelines differ.
4 months now, they haven't been operating at La Paz branch. I personally saved there, and I have noticed that they haven't been operating. I started following them about 2 years ago, when I realized that accessing my funds was very difficult. So I started going there from time to time. They refused me. They kept telling me there is no money, So I kept going and coming back and forth. And I know a lot of people who have invested so much money, over 100,000. I personally know people who have invested over 100,000 with them, and they still haven't received their money.
Misika oho me dey me investment. Me kra investment na me kra twom 3 years ni. Na me nko because ye neama no say e wo ma ye tum prekope. And ubehia sika wo de be so.
I made a 3-year investment. I hardly visit the facility. But since my arrangements were changed, I visited the place to correct it, but I found the office locked.
3 months, I can. Enti okacha me say membla na ode obeye bibia ma boy na ye obeji sika no na ode abre me oba ye no na waye ne 6 months na me say 6 months de edoso na me bisa ne say interest ne yes o say 700 na me say dabi say 700 de na me nya kra enti me kɔ hɔ no mo na agya me ne na akwa akokasa wo ho me kɔ ya tum
ye investment ma san ye savings wo ho eno an ye de tuatu ye money school fees me okura fo me kuna wu enti me bua no kakra
I save there to cater for my ward school fees. When it is time to return to school, I withdraw and settle the fees, but the current situation is placing a heavy burden on me.
Okay, now just equity savings and loans crisis no eno ana ye hu say depositors no omo a che so omo de omo sika ekoto omo akosem ana omo kan na yetie ma the reason me nya sure. So that is the reason bank na are shutting it down and our savings and loans no are shutting it down. Ni nyina ne say according to source no almost be a branch no ewo no omo de owner ne ka omunti omo rent ana owner no ayeden atum but utie guy ya odi kan guy ba ko kasai I think say video no I don't know say bia e bodru ho dia oso ofa car e de call other branch ewo East Legon okoya ehon so yatum na just a branches ni nyina say ya shutting it down wa na eye die nti ana ya shutting it down na just say bia bibi o so call Bank of Ghana say what is asem no nanso omu embon ram yie afi no omu ne mpanimfo tena se na omahwehwem the reason why savings and loans no equity Oma shutting it down. Say adwumawura na shutting it down. Ana say aban ana shutting it down there. For now no Bank of Ghana enim ehon hwe. Na da ne dan nyina ye ka say omo gigi susu no. Na me ka say ye ma say e ba be say obi adwuma. Ya ka Ghana fo timamufo ni bia so ye den. Timamufo ni bia so ye den. Savings and loans bia ba ya na omudi America. Na omudi omusika ekwa akoto say na eye equity ya shutting it down no hwan ana akwa akwaji usika efree ne ho. There are so many banks, prominent banks wo Ghana ha timi say we dey wo save usika wo ho a kan ne ke okwa unsa beka kan ne ke ohwe akwa unsa beka me bank yi kura de say producer beka me a say amanfo fa ho edi wuwu ye ebinum sika akekam a enya gn bibi mame oh god we edina mrefia ahwefo no monkai me monfrɛ na monkai me asemi da wo bangi oh producer kai me asemi da wo bank da wo court amanfo fa hu wuye omusika besine akam mi to minim the reason why as ordinary Ghanaian et say savings and loans bia ekoso bia no wa fa ne sika twitwiri de na ode akwa akoto say equity savings and loans ya close no ene say obi ka say maami bi ka say ne bakra fees so okotua wonya sika emfa nkotua say hwan ana akwa bisa na eba se ya workers no na omo so nyina de omuti adom because minim se Hana wote na abegigi susu no na ene ya shutting it down no wona me de mani bra baba because wona abegi susu no bi kura na hello
yeah that bank DKN bank
bank ba ya DK yeah DK medase so
DKN bank
yeah DKM man for this secretary de ekogu ha tese ene ebinum awu hello Mr. Sedu
hello
Mr. Sedu good evening
good hello
men's good
metia producers and engineers and technicians
okay
when you dey anya once we are na yabem
ma obeti mi akasa
na we na ja me ba account
Okay. Alright, better was pa. Next a men's gold. Men's gold. Any DK me a man for I think say eno kra na DK no sunyan pa na a man for or shall see o say if like I stand to be corrected. A man for do musica go gu wa di gu wa and eno akoyi sika twitwiri die. We don't know say na yes scam. Afi obi odi ni sika go to ho bia na bangi na collapse. Ana men's gold. She men's gold a man for ma fa ho ahre o mo nkwa. Ni po ma wu e wo men's gold e ho. Obi te ya na ni wakobọ bosia ana bia ni sika bia e da bank wasa age ho bosia kra ka ho na de akọ men's gold. And the men's gold asem na da e wo court. It's minim the reason why any party say savings and loans bia especially ye ma menum dwadifo no pa omo wodwom ne de saade we di omo. Yen can say ye tena condemn obi savings and loans. Obi abia savings and loans still na pay 11 years 12 years omo da operate. Ekoso kama. Wontin sem boni bia fa ho. But equity all the branches ya shutting it down. Eti hwan ana akwakoju sika afri ne ho. Say dem sika no say wonim me na me begigi susu no ewo wo ha. Ebasi ya me na do ani brebe so ya me so. Me so me tepe me so me pepe bia fa. Because ye adwuma na me ye. Sisi ya shutting it down wa wuntimi magi me sika ewo me ho. Ana sorry to say some people are too lazy say we ana begigi me susu no edeko but on fan ani kra nko share baby a bank no kra savings and loans no ewo. Ne dia na sa wa ba dia ka chance oh ye ne ewo bro no we ya so. But se nipa kro no di nani bekwa akore se ha nipa na obegigi misusu no ha ana wokwa akokora misika na ye de ama me ebinum enkokora anye sa e say ya shutting it down. Why na akwakoju sika free no ho untimi nkwaju sika ni free Bank of Ghana ho omo so omate sa asem no afei na omo betena se ya hwehwem na omo hwehwem create nkwaju sika free Bank of Ghana. Eti mesre amanu oman mu mpanimfo Bank of Ghana mpanimfo so we die omofo omo nan ensi form na timamfo na ebre se obetiti mo rem obeye oboja store na kakra ebedi enti wo se won say scan o de to bank na waboa no na ade adi udwuma na ya shut bank yi down. Why na akwo na jiska? And I know say savings and loans it has been registered under Bank of Ghana. Also be anywhere obetimi ebie savings and loans won G2 mi krata in free Bank of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana samo se asam na bamanim na mwate dia mesre pa se monya ne quick because utie maami ya no kasa se ne ba fees crazy the penalty crash ato so a na se ya it's Bank of Ghana mesre pa se monye bibi mfa na ensa anye efutuo emma yen bank bebre. Hello.
Yeah, hello,
good evening.
Yeah, but God is love so come.
God is love and so ka ho.
Yeah.
And also omo de hwe amanfo tirimu sa. There's the savings and loans no. Ye ka se ebobo savings and loans edi amanfo nya pa na se edoso pa bianse kwalai afre say God is love and so eka ho. God is love savings and loans. It's mesre sa wo ye Ghana ni na what it mo rem and as wo di dwuma bi na pese wo save ya sa savings and loans do no aya hwehwemu yie ansa na adu sika akwakoto ho because most of the banks I work Ghana ha no okwa enhyehyeye bebre wo ho 2014 ana equity ebaaye omatimi agina na ene die na esi ya shutting it down from 2014 up to 2026 na say wutimi say no mugina omo na so yie na ene ya shutting it down hwan ana akwaji usika efri ne ho Mesre Bank of Ghana say omunye bibi emfa ho ententem pa cause me maame no mu di dwa ye papa nom na omde omsika kwoto ho na omde boy ya da chinti na enehwe de akwa akosi ya MCA Biribi cross no save or equity and na Biribi ka what that save or one can ade atowani o ya shut all the branches enya branch ba akope ni nyina ya shut it down. It's a Mestre Bank of Ghana say omumbon rem no munyemu nhwehwemu yie pa said e be ya ombetimi a restore bi a o save e wo ho bi asika e de ama no betimi abo rem na wa kire wa adwen said dem sika ye no ene wo a wo hwe me wo na aye me pandit enti me the story ne to wo say kim no wa frɛ no wa bam ne nyina ya bobo ho wo san so nim savings and loans bi a omo a defraud obi nso abetimi aka hello
Mr. Dizzi.
Mr. Sedu,
Apenaja, o panelists in the comment the way, mature producers and engineers and technicians. And I can phone in an contributors.
Okay.
I measure at the every government, you come and Kurma Abras, a abandoned a yimu. Maybe a message a buying baby more. On from my investors, no more, one we employ Ghana for no.
Okay.
Na hesa aban handler masa sesia Ghana for die masa kwame nkoroma breso na sa patrol seze na ewo ho mo sesia die sikani kura no wo se yia ntime de ya wo kan me no wo ya agye pa
okay
saka me po de nanka 24-hour economy ana president yi sanka ya de bimbe ekroma keso oyusu dia oja wadi be market be yi nanka wa yusu na mintimi hu be a locations no wono se ben enti anu kenfu afi ayi banks na ekiti bi e wase ya ya me kan me yere wote akura ga bank bi e me yere fidi no me yere bank no tena ga me huna o me na me se me yere ma me nko ye hwehwe mutimi ko no mako asto be na me se e na ye guarantee se the wachina o mu ni hodi ma na de wona me ne mu o se o mu di sika ni dwane pe so was it one day when mu hwi o na me se o ma te na me baba ka tire me yere se masa ye rural bank wo ho me rural bank se e wo mu na me pay afa be grunne cha che ama me kota ko akoye djuma nyina na me se be ya afa ko yi sa wa afa ma ti e di akọ loke se wa se bu ka se o mu di dwane o mu di dwane afa wo se they do kan yo me se aja mo de e hu ne kura ne ka kire mo a mo fi se bi e dada me se ke wo de kwato anya me na wo de baba me and do se ba bu abusia etino ye ma no on se de ya e ma eye wo mo ize ne se o mo badwo mo ho mo e ba giti ma o mo no wo be wie adwa no wo ti me fa nko bank no eno na o mo de aya advantage a wo mo de bu ye ma me hwe ayi men's gold say men's gold me wo adwuma mo ba ho se wo de sikesi wo ma ana wo de gold a mo ho no me hwe mo ho no me se adan na sika no e be wo yi me enso oyi bebre ni mu de fo bebre o mu yi wo mo ma bebre ewuwe afi turumu no so abeye ya e da won pastor Dizzi me de opo all debate the amendment ne ayi no me tie amendment na no mo isu o mo just first de na ewo mu no mo central for say wo mu yes mutimi enka ho asem kura ka ho asem a ye do be koje
no crepa
enti se tie o ma ka se de bi se sia de mo betimi a report ne mum mo be promote no de eno de bi o ya ene o mo be promote so mo so mo de hwe constitution no se ya mande ayi freedom of speech e wo ho dia ne kwa say because ade bi ani constitution afa no we ye na so bi de kokko to amasa ye babagu na o masa ba doctors for so yes first doctor ni ye si eni kwa say turumu ni ba hospital kura wo hwe no yes so wo hwe na obekomu 3 years and I said 6 good years let's say an o mai say there be the am roba ni eyi kura timi ko ya na obi kura na se ye bono kura na se opra na ye timi hwe na dia ada na doctor hwe na mo doctor beti ma hwe na mo de doctor timi nya ne se obeyi ne ba ma sabe ma no da suminem obeyi ne ba ma se opeso wo ye no oba eno de wo ye sa pe obekom 3 years and 6 years and ba lawyers for so lawyers no so yes first we timi ko defend obi a waye turumu ene yase lawyers for so ayi ne se criminal kura ese o man kura timi approach woni lawyer eti wono ne de o ko defend na enu nche so wono so aye bone aye de ne beka wona ho ne mo na o mi free bet de aka bebre ne de na mi baby kura we ne mo nyina me ho kura nya me adwenji o Mr. Dizzi baby aye ma adwenji pa ne se si as wo bi ye bi ne ye china prison aye de ne beto no ye do mo go ko ayi prison afo ehun ko fo se o mo osika o so de ne ko ka o mo a mo prison se si a turumu ti na ye me ma so na guo o mo be ye no ho mo na afi ya de ye pese ye yi no na afi e ho mo tamita mo so na pese me ye yi na yi fufura na wa signal me
okay
ina so o mo kwazo ni ye be ka bo mo egu prison so a eno so ma ga so mo be ye ti e wo kakra na me pese ko mo takele wo ye ye nyeza masa ya eye ya be ya ma akoye ko so United na abesi di dadem
okay
me ahonu na me hwe se o ma hwe ho no pa dia ebe ehu because ni petru mutru na wode na ko na be ma won fa sika every about the ember because o sponsors so Europeans are yin nyina wuti mu sei eno na ti pa be ma nya yin na obi so mra ja e bia na panelist ba ko so aye ready na me be fa mra ni na yakopon ka ho mo nya mu kase
okay all right hello Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Me bacho di ni baby are free.
Good evening, yes sir. Me kasa free buni mi pame down so.
Okay, me bacho che wa dream mame.
The me pesa me kan ke. We da deployed na ba mu no.
Hello.
What we say me kai wa 2014. And DK and God is black by. What was abandoned by was I will change any the obey. DK and by 2014 and God is black by 2014. What was I defraud the baby? And 2024 and this is our buy and what would the ACT know?
Yeah.
And Mumma had been any the ebe your ban, any the ebe your ta abide woman.
Okay.
If you win, I'm person make a trigger na for.
Okay.
Then the ebe or abide woman.
Okay.
Timida to be bring.
All right, Miss Medasi pass wa friend watch watching.
Medasi pa
13677 with me boy rem now so watch watching. Okay, mesre eni de kwan say ofra na nka watch ho afri television set no ho ana say obe mute volume no e de ama me no ane makasa through the mobile phone say the be distraction bia ember studio ha say mon channel so sama 0592136677 yeah kwaya nim dia na woman loses her home and personal belongings during a demolition exercise at Aboba na da meka ya bebo videos bebre wa ha ma MMDCs ni bi kra ba abonten MPs ni bi aba abonten akasa ama binum month ama binum so 3 weeks ni ade say when you personal belongings and free ha no ya be demolition exercise wonim say baby a wato asase na ho ya waterlog area baby a wasi wodan no ho nya bia ya say wusi ensuo ba the flood kese ene baba ya ka timamufo no say ya bubu nu ya guyasom na yenkɔ maame bi a ɔno nso demolition no ebi aka no na ɛya yie pa na ne kasa ne nyina no ɔka ne nkran kasa mu temesese wo a wote nkran kasa no wo fra no wa kyerɛ yase e de abaye yenkɔ da yenhwɛ no emra.
In the news yesterday, as a committee, we haven't met to discuss the matter. I guess it came during the weekend, so if anything at all, it's tomorrow that day.
je ben keke ka wole munisi ene le fi oni e ke patiko ne e block e wole egba mi e patiko e wole egba mi je le nu ni e se patiko wole egba mi ene agba ka se ni e sana iwe sa yes yan le si pon le ho han mi san le ho pon ni ha o fa ni ka wu le bi pon le mi wọ́n fẹ́ wọn níbi ẹ̀sìn àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ́kọ́ ẹ̀sìn àbí ìjọba wíwẹ̀ níbi ìhò ní ọmọ aláàánú ẹ̀wọ̀n àkùnmí wọ́n kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ọba àfi àkùnmí. Maka káàmì gbọ́n ọba kan gbó ẹ̀nà wọ́wọ́ ọba kan gbó ẹ̀nà. Ṣé ní ìdòwò wọ́n ọdún kan wọ́n kàlẹ́ ìmọ̀tò wọ́n wọ́n kótópó ní ìdòmò ṣe kálẹ́ bí n tẹ̀sí ní bọ́ ní fòó mu. Kótópó ó kọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ̀ wọ́n mú kó arákùnrin fún ọba kan gbó ẹ̀nà. No, do not be telling a one German. You can eat a one German, one can go to Milan. So, what you're telling me, I don't piano. He legends you whatever will be, what at our millennial German. I can't wear, see, I get top and Karabakum. You will like a move top and the can't top as a Karabakum. You will like a UN. Be a police station who are reporting. I mean, I was a police station. You are police. I'm an officer. Police on Nupa Wana, Commander Comefita way. And I can't walk a Kadiel, Nupa Way. A Konupa, you can have the same name. Can you walk a jail road in me? Left fine. Look at the jail now, you are not feeling traffic. Jail road with GBS. Can I be about tea dancing? On our gates in the Nupa local gates in me. Get any of your get the baby, Isani. Siponi. But now, who any harm me? You are probably a video nation. And told me,
okay, na just a video no, and Yakwashaba, no team say, Mammy in any abrepa, say, Yabubu, a Japadi, a Danny Dana, Mecassa, and chain, and money in my way in, because, what a Japadia pa, so be sit fie, ube sit dying, ube bre, would a can't say messing for a befomo. Sky obey to Yamomo, she blocks boor, and I am cement. Now, be cry, not your barber trehon, say men see men to us, but as were dainty. Ubesiasiwo. Ana ye bubunu. Danny Dana, ye can waha, especially that the other made example here, Ramsa site or Musi near Bugu, or Musi near Bugu. Yes, say a hono nya bia, yes, we see dainty. Ensuo ta ebe yira fa ho ebi kura na ho ye kwan dachi ebi twa kwan ato ensu timamuni na bubunu ya gunasum na wasi dan no e de yasi wo we okan nkran kasa mutim se ani bre pa anana ode eka ti wo atin nkran kasa afra na eja wa kire ase e de amame na yenko June 3rd disaster. Ghana remember 11 years since tragic flood and then fire at Circle. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Sedu.
Sedu, oh, me was a cow by a flood there, you know, come make change.
Okay.
I am a cross around.
Okay.
Media. Mr. That's the media, a dano move media. More than no quantity so media engineers in it or more assembly or motion. Okay, what was your stop work? Many panel to us, Sanka, were boomera.
Yeah.
Then stop work, you know, a do of what? Though you know, a treasure, but a me, or Muano, my China, made a enemy, uno.
Okay.
Engineer for the second, sure, Mudom Coco, a bomb because they don't make some cranon. Yet, you're free to say yes, I'm your man, a big guy.
Okay.
Who was the man you toy, master and crying? According to forecast, Jew, master. Yankopon kura no bebem na mudi akoti si ensuo so de ensi ne kwan ona obetebu ne we
yeah
enti omuhwe ni ye na Ghana for so yesra se wo kasa wo je bem na se wo kasa wo de flow ade na baba na wo kasa wo tie hu de abonsa na ama de start o talk na ma program na ye na Mr. Dizzi bibi o wa ye nka no korre
okay
bibia ye politics na ama ye nkrofo mo bre wo hwe sa ayi I love you. Oman kasa ma amane lodina dia. And so actually you be who send the pakura no MPP. Oh, me, my wife in Yajuma, me, a year where you men's go to Penny Munini, Nana, your president, and Kucha. Me, my man, no one convinced me. Me, there. Interest in that one, meeting said, wait there. No, go find what him, my dear, one, what dear.
Yeah.
To me, my committee, a bit more committee where you Jum. Our more children, a day, Master, what buy a video boy, equity me boy. Equity bank me boy. Equity bank. Or Baba couldn't say. What 2 years in a while started a trace or more open the sika winya. Start a president to Yaba. Oh, Mama politics and young Cadia Baya, a business can my man. No more so to say Mr. Dizzi a 2 of we. Master old banks never one arm, but also no more found crack and you could do what the I Mr. Dizzi to apply the in young. Yankopon Emma Ebiom AC at Regem AC, any midnight in the Munina. Yeah. Yankopon Empengu Mayen, no more Yahuba Dada. Yes, you may yes, oh, boy, one, Yankopo. The sooner is Dana is Sumun. Yankopon, no more Yahuba. Okay. All right, Meda was Mr. Sidus was our friend at Watch Wadring. Na Ghana, a 11 years ni, na ene a 3rd June, and today marks 11 years as our tragic no and our tragedy no AC a flout bia metre nsu yiri bia ekwafa circle ema tanker will say be explode ya edi eja eba do try so kwako save you obi omunyina ebinum deforming ebinum so ehre omonkwa na nipa omohre omonkwa 157 and at that 3rd June na omohre omonkwa na eya ye pa nti na Ghana kai sa oyene kese a esiye na yama ebusua omohre omadesie nyina yakwe Ghana na aje adewe eto ye nyina yeni ti yenko na yenhwe video no emra iwia yebeto aso.
More than 150 people were killed, with many others injured. But beyond the pain and destruction, that night also revealed something powerful. Strangers became rescuers, and ordinary people risked their lives to save others. Ghana stood together on that tragic night. Yet, 11 years on, one question still remains. Have we truly learned the lessons?
I was standing by the window there. The fire came from the left side. And another one made it. And then it drew the iron gates down there. The whole building was shaking. I thought it was collapsed.
We heard the military crying, where are you people? And we said, we are here. So they came up and they told us that, you see, this time is between life and death.
It happened on Wednesday, June 3, 2015. After hours of heavy rainfall, several parts of Accra were submerged. The Kwame Nkrumah Circle area was one of the worst affected. Many people had taken shelter at the Goyo filling station, hoping to escape the rain. But unknown to them, fuel leaking from an underground tank had mixed with the flood waters. Then came a spark. The filling station exploded. Panic, screams, and devastation followed.
Immediately, I jumped inside the water to save them. There was a fire explode. So my whole shop, people, television that I replay, water carried some burn. The whole shop started burning. That I got burn on my legs.
In a matter of minutes, more than 150 lives were lost.
Life is catastrophic, almost unprecedented. We'll leave the city authorities and the emergency services to continue to do their work.
Investigations later showed that the incident was preventable. Poor drainage system, buildings on waterways, weak enforcement of regulations, and poor urban planning all contributed to the scale of the disaster. What should have been a heavy downpour became a national catastrophe because the system simply failed.
Many other Ghanaians were trapped in the traffic chaos that occurred as a result of the high water in many areas. A tragedy of this magnitude requires a strong and concerted response, and that is what government and many Ghanaians are currently offering.
In the days that followed, government announced a 50 million cedi recovery fund. DNA testing was ordered to help identify victims, while emergency services moved in to clear the area and support affected farmers.
Okay, na chese June 3rd disaster no ana yakwa akwhwe ede yaba no se dem sikan no yenkai ubia yawo dabi na yenyina yema yeho shedden pa eyie yema yenyina yeho shedden enye nipa baako ana ade to na ne Ghana man ni nyina ana yehwe ya this year 159 na omonso are those who were injured ebinum kra ye disabled anyway ti yebesre se authorities entwa omani enhwe omo a saa oyene we esi boshe soronko a yede share families no ene omo those who were injured no ebesre authorities say omo ntwa omani enhwe omo na omo nye sede oma sede emfa emma omo payi ena yenko ne ntem so Reverend Intim Fodjo why press conference after LGBTQ plus bill no parliament we come what is the second time year 2024 parliament pass but almost say ankwa ankudru his excellency that time Nana Danko Ekufu ado enim sansem we kra yem say his excellency Mahama ebe kan mrebi so omo pass there but ankwa ankudru ho ebinum so say omo politicize and ebinum so say ekudru ye Nana do na anye den answer. This is the second time parliament as a pass bill we no on pass ye no ana minority ni say amendments be akoso ewom na eni kwan say ekoso na ye sha nipa one of the sponsors our sponsor for this particular LGBTQ no honorable Reverend Intim Fodjo na was say amendments na akoso wom no enya omayi niema bebre afrim na say NDC amanyokuo no krokro the John bi ana ompese omoye Ghana fo infuturo bi na ompese omutu egu Ghana fo anim no waye ho press conference yenko ne yentie nsem a ode tu dwa emra yebesa atu adwumadi no eso.
In 2024, Ghanaians were told that the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill required only presidential assent. That was all that Ghanaians said they needed. Indeed, NDC were very forceful in joining those calls, but all that was needed was presidential assent. The country was urged to pressure President Nana Danko Ekufu-Addo to sign the bill immediately. In 2026, however, the same bill, when we place it before them, in the expectation that the same President Mahama, who promised to sign the same bill that they wanted President Ekufu-Addo, and we all wanted President Ekufu-Addo to sign. However, when that bill was placed, the bill in that form was not presented to President Mahama, but had to be mutilated, had to go through major surgeries, had to be amended, had to be deleted. Original provisions from the bill 22 had to be deleted, redrafted, and 31 insertions made before President Mahama would have it and desire it to sign it. Was that a promise? Was the promise to come and amend, review, mutilate, alterate, dilute the bill before he signs? You all remember. The promise was clear. Vote for me. I will come and sign the bill. On all their platforms, they said, vote MPP out because they won't sign the bill. Vote NDC. NDC will come and sign that bill. They did not say NDC will come and amend that bill. NDC will come and review that bill. NDC will come and delete provisions from that bill and redraft it before we sign. That is a scam. And that is breach of trust. That is deception. And that is hypocrisy.
Okay, na chese Honorable Reverend Intim Fodjo ana yakwa akote na numu asem abano LGBTQI+ nsensem de ya kan onso betimi afre na wachre wadwen 0592136677 ne nyina ne say amendments no NDC amanyokuo no according to Reverend Intim Fodwo or say omayi niema bebre afrim because bill na omo pass in 2024 senka na nado danko ekufuado on sign no enye enoa na oma enye the same bill na oma pass say Mahama ensign because there are so many things omo ayi afrim so many faults bia akoso ewom enye same bill na nanka say na nado danko ekufuado esign no eno ho nsem de yaka bebre eno ayetena ha ekan nsem minority leader Alexander Afanyo Markins class bia course one majority leader Mahama Yarega ye boni nyina e wa Hana LGBTQ nsem ne de ye kasi ye di akira ye hwe speaker Babin enra meka no he ya also obe revisit parliament na wa sort out with two minority ni majority no na bill no ono ankasa so ayeden ahwem no hu amendments krona omo aye se so die no omo pass ye omo de command na ado no hello good evening boss me ba cho nyame adom me ba cho di ni bia free
yeah da nyame asi ampacho aje mo jamama wo ba ye no anya isi munkasa na njasa nyoma.
Okay. Hello, me pacho meet you.
Si munkasa dina anya.
Okay.
Anya ya mamren.
Okay. Mate.
Si
Mate.
Yeah.
That's a pass to a friend at watch their warding. Very good. Also wait me a boy room now watch their warding 0592136677. The speaker say obesa atena so na amendment krona minority no eka majority no so omunjim tum no ene ono abeje na wahwem se so under nanado danko ekufuado ne governance no na bill na omo pass ye omo de koma no the same bill anene NDC better now so omo pass se Mahama ensign sign anasa amendments bi akoso tie nyina ye chen speaker na otenasia ya hwe sa amendment chrono ewom no tie nyina ye num suo enchen ope na ye hwe LGBTQ plus bill no sen ana AC echo de ebe sibia no yedimunsem ebebremo ewo Hana TV Jumadi eso na osubesimi aboarem no ahye wade 0592136677 na enche bia ana ye Bank of Ghana omode nsem bi betu dwa anka ye 1st June ana ebehya ase na aye adwuma na ni nyina ne se MTN ekọ Bank of Ghana ho se omode levy bi eba ye 0.75%. Na say all transfer sika. Ni nyina money transaction. All transfer sika from your bank to your Momo wallet and ka yemfa 0.5% ento so. Ebeto on a Bank of Ghana si debi. Omuntimi nye sa na money ntumti MTN omun chen. No munye munhihye mu ansa na aba. Na Alexander Afanyo Markin ye be born wa ha. Na mebese yesa hwe nsem a okafa ho kakra bi na ye wia eye enura de ya na ye 2nd June eye honorable Kwadwo Oponkonoma e de nsem bi kwoto parliament e ka say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oba aban mu no or the 8 taxes ana aba na emu baako eye e-levy na e-levy no eye sa 0.75 na nanka eba no ana nka odi betu mfuturu agu Ghana fo ani no kan wie ya nso ho ana board member our Bank of Ghana Osaya Bogatanga MP Bogatanga Central Honorable Isaac Adongo was it share NPP mamen kan sem bi nkyeremo se munima time anamo wa ban mu no mikra mo document Safra kadama na mo pesa mo ye Ghana fo amwa mo documenti eye nsem bi de kwama and eye MTN set mobile transaction say ni na mo mfa nye Ghana fo na papa ne de ani bre akasa enye me na mekan yenkɔ ne yensi Alexander Fanyomakin e de ani wie ye wie a na ye de eye Honorable Isaac Adongo ne nsɛm no so atwa so yenkɔ ne hwɛ two videos ne mra ye wie a ye be sa abubu.
The NDC government through the back door has reintroduced the The NDC government through the back door has reintroduced the
My colleague says that we introduced 8 other taxes without mentioning them. I am not surprised. Only recently they said that there was a certain e-levy that was roaming around at the Bank of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I have in my hands a letter that was signed by the Bank of Ghana to MTN, dated January 31st, 2024. NDC was not in power in 2024. January. And in that letter, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, at the Bank of Ghana of the MPP, wrote to MTN, giving them no objection to impose the following fees. 1. Introduction of a fee of 1% for cash out transactions below 2,000 Ghana cedis. 2. Introduction of a 0.75% fee capped at 55 cedis for all transactions related to mobile money wallet transfer to banks. Mr. Speaker, so the transfer from wallet to bank was approved by the descendants of Dr. Bawumia. Mr. Speaker, this is very appalling that this is the kind of leadership you are providing this country. That the leader of this house, in the minority, does not know that levies are imposed by this house. And they are not imposed by a certain letter, by a certain organization. And that he sat here, we never brought any e-levy to this house. In fact, we abolished it. We have not come here with e-levy. And somehow he sees a letter somewhere and impugns that this house has brought back e-levy. Mr. Speaker, the people of Ghana has already shown them that their credibility is the reason they voted them and put them where they are. And for them to go around lying to the people of Ghana that somehow or another some 0.75 e-levy has metamorphosed into this country from the Bank of Ghana. The letter is here. And I'm willing to table this letter so that you will now know that they are the people who impose double e-levy. They imposed e-levy in this house, went to Bank of Ghana, imposed 2 e-levies, and they are now turning around to say that we have imposed. They imposed e-levy in this house, went to Bank of Ghana and imposed another 2 e-levies, one for cash out and one for wallet to bank transactions. Mr. Speaker,
okay, now
and these are the people
in some way, Anna, Honorable Isaac Adongo, the Ababetuja, we expose Kasia pa Anna or the Abetu, and I said 2024 no na anka NPP among your coolness a choir non person or the ordinary Ghanaian no we enyamena mekan say ye no kre say ye no kre documents no ana eye Honorable Isaac Adongo ekura no ye nyina ye hu nti sei niema sei nyina na ekọ so a ebinum ankoto aba ebinum so eto ekoyi eye NPP amanyokuo no efiri o nti sei ana na anda na nado danko ekufu ado na mamuo na nka ode Ghana fo fa so enyame na mekai eye Honorable Isaac Adongo ene den semwe aba betudwa nso betimi abo awrem na wa kire wa adren 0592136677 0592136677 now by popular request the big push ewo Hana TV BBSC we nya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enya ne big push no afa ni ebo awura abandoned factories first president of the Republic of Ghana Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne factories osisi ye which has been abandoned ebi gugunrem Ebim so yaton ma private sectors. Omo egusu omo operate. Na ya to the extent say enka ene. Same way, I'm not going for NPP or NDC because NDC abetena so. Oma anya ho hwe, omo koi NPP by. NPP anya hwe. Omo koi NDC by. NDC anya ho hwe. Omo koi NPP by. NPP anya ho hwe. NPP koi NDC aba. NDC nso nye ho hwe. Na yenhwe bibi se anka 24-hour economy, especially markets. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or the air share free no. Nanka me minsusuye mu. And it's anka those abandoned factories no. Then all renovate. Na markets order that fe ne kofa secretary die e dia ba be sisi. Meanwhile these abandoned factories ni go. Yes dan na wi machines ni bigum. Ebi ebetimi afa unemployed youth by 1,000. As ye jersey wo. Na first one, yenko Bogatanga meat factory. Wo Upper East. Na Ghana produce voter corned beef. Ni produce ya corned beef o. Ye wia. Ya sa export it. The other nearby countries. Ne diska asa ba o man konkro Ghana mu. These companies said them sikan no. Ebi betimi afa nipa be 1,000. Enye ne sankan ne. Ebinum ede water bodies, ede ya galamsey, say yensuo. And these things no, some of our own journalists way omon kan ho asem. No one is talking about this. No one is talking about this. They say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or lunch markets are 24-hour economy. Which are these factories has been abandoned. Gumrem. Na Ghana ye were 69 years. They say ye kwaye nim anase ye bayechi. Ghana ye kwaye nim anase ye bayechi. Ghana na ye produce ya nkasa corned beef. Apa ise ya na wo Bogatanga. Ene wo. Na Yanko near video no Emra.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Did you know Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, our first president, built so many factories scattered across the country, and among them was the Volta corned beef. Volta corned beef. Now, this factory was built in Bogatanga, which is in the Upper East region of Ghana, and the name of the factory was the Bogatanga Meat Factory. Bogatanga Meat Factory, and that was where we are producing our own corned beef. This factory was built in 1961 and it started its operation in 1965. As I speak to you today, this factory is no more, and most of these factories we are talking about were sold by the Ghanaian politician, especially J.J. Wallens, because under him, that was when they brought this policy, the diversity implementation policy or committee. And when they brought this act or when they brought this policy, most of our state-owned enterprises or our companies were privatized, and most of them were sold to individuals, private individuals. Politicians sold some to themselves. And as I speak to you, it is the reason why today all the factories that Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah built are all rotting in the bush, and most of them too has been sold to the politicians themselves. And that is the reason why in the 1960s Ghana was producing its own corned beef, which is the Bogatanga Meat Factory, and the product name was the Volta corned beef. Today we are in the 21st century, 2025. Ghana cannot boast of anything. We cannot produce anything. Anything we consume in this country is being imported, and so this is the state of Ghana.
Okay. There's a Bogatanga Meat Factory, no. Ana Yakwako Shaba, no. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, first president of the Republic of Ghana, and establishes a year business way and as a factory way in the year 1961. And almost see first OC in 1961. And almost see operate year 1965. na these factories see a dos pa mebo bobo so ye two Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ban egu ye no the late J.J. Rawlings, Jerry John Rawlings, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, the late. Now buying a buy NDC no. Otunton companies no do na ma private sectors. Otunton be some politicians. Or don't so FAB. That is history. If you don't know, I'll bet me your research about it. Or no so fabi. Dear eka ye no. No mujama ne say ye. Omuja say enrote empro nentete. Na ban ko na ban aba. After J.J. Rawlings, a year former president John Ajekum Kufuor nso bai. Ono kra de e drew a year we there meka ho bibi because when tomato factory or buy ono so ye ho bibi sa or ye ho bibi enti meka bibi sa afa ho. Not these factories. They say Aboso Glass Factory and Echagu TV so. Aboso Glass Factory and Echagu TV so. All these factories has been abandoned. Ya Jana JJ mu NDC NPP are not doing anything about these factories. And now 24-hour economy. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Eddie Shah free market. Which these factories are there? You bet me a resurrected factory way. Well, who? You bet me a nyaneno. Then we renovate these factories. Na Utah, Omunam Street, Ebi Bokrono, Ebi say water bodies, Editu Galam say, and these factories see, must me a revive, must me a resurrect, renovation, afa, these factories, one. And youth number say yensu, and come back Galam say sites. And now markets be away a standard. So you see a 24-hour economy. Markets be away patano almost one penisa. And so you see a Jessica at the 24-hour market. Where meanwhile these factories are there. SSS cano means suyemuno. Kemfa cano enquire. Name me employ because 24-hour economy where Sika de Babaye. Big cry, a besache. How many youth? And a befarmo. And so Aboso Glass Factory. Bet me a fa. Nipa bedi oh. Say the Aboso Glass Factory a tourist attraction center. And the Alpha guide no oh. Na every baby bar oh me kwa excursion. Ya trust a Ghana ha ni ye produce ya glass. Be a bottle, snap bottle, nina na ya na ye no ha. Eno na ye fa na. Eno na ye fe. Se foreign e bibaba, dey na kwa Aboso Glass Factory. Ni ya chensa Ghana ha, na ye drumre bi e twam. Under was charge for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ni ruling. Na ya ye timi ye glass. Eno na ye fe. Bibi me ahwe 2 videos no emra, ewi e beto aso.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a
drink, Coke bottles, Sprite bottles, Coke bottles, and then glasses. The schnapps bottles too were also made like this.
No, they're not anymore.
They're not anymore. All those factories were in Ghana here.
It means when we used to manufacture things.
Good.
When you go to Cote d'Ivoire, they still use the old type of small bottle.
Glass factory, Coke bottles, Sprite bottles, Coke bottles, and then glasses.
And it has been left to rot. It has been left to rot. Abra yebetimi aye renovation. Abra yempeni for betimi aye renovation. Ama these companies etimi afa nipa unemployed youth a omunsu hwe nansi aye bia ayi recruitment hwe amanfo tieti amanfo su kunkum omo. Obi wo ho a yenhwe nurse ni na yemposti ni o se yemposti ni say police and say military recruitment aba okwa kope bi no aye ana hwe o hawo ekoto no if said these companies yempanimfo, I'm not talking about NDC NPP, yempanimfo no etimi I renovated these factories Kenya ne say recruitment ye be too ma nipa ba de o cho kasankofo nkomo wo saka campaign ni mu ye adwuma akomu wom ye adwuma, and we sit here and say Ghana is free forever. And there ye kan Dr. Kwame Nkrumah kan no na is true, but nechi yansha there ya onechi. And this same man is crying in his grave. A sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah soon. NDC NPP. Ma bo mine no. Ma dio mine no dem. Ma dio mine dream. These factories egu which has been abandoned. Mubetimi aye. Amana for youth. And no one is talking about. Yensem trap for your omunsu ajijiska. Aye say so mubotom no. Omunsu suro so mbeka ho asem. And the man is crying in his grave. Or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is crying in his grave. These factories ewo, and no one is talking about these factories egu. Now yankwa achim kade in the eastern region. At that time na Ghana ya produce ya matches ena echagu o TV no so no Ghana ne ya produce ya matches ne produce matches ni wi ane asa supply e de akoye nearby African countries ye produce ya matches so Ghana ane ya jai factory ni na e rotte no ya jai ne sisimram na e rotte no NDC NPP dia na mo ye man konkro Ghana Jani produce ye matches. Near supply ebi de ko countries like Togo, Liberia, Niger, Nigeria, Mauritania, Benin, any other countries, you know. Na Ghana producing matches near the ko. Ghana matches factory operation. A day, now yet me producing 1,440 boxes a day. 1,440 boxes per day. The area ya supply area called Niger, Nigeria, Mauritania, Togo, Ivory Coast, Benin, any other countries. And next our companies, you know, ya jaye ne gurem ne rote.
Ghana was.
And we call this country Ghana, a country called Ghana. Both NDC and me say adiwe ema yemfa subo ni mo both NDC and NPP yenyi ochi yenyi adoa enfrim yemfa subo ni mo both NDC and NPP cause NDC ba omunye NPP ba omunye omajai ana these factories ewo nwurem ana it has been abandoned and then it has been rotten. Eti wo NDC na NPP wo ye na adegye animonyama enye fe eti de mo pen say youth no omungu abonten no omunsu omungu abonten no omunye niema enye se moye na youth no my employer omu no omugum ne ye adwuma kasa drug abuse ni we nyina ke so bete prostitution nyina ke so bete cause nipa no or kwa adwuma I don't know onya kwan ko enkogina kwan ho mo saa adwaman no or kwa adwuma na sika begu ni botoma and this will serve as 24-hour economy. This will serve as 24-hour economy. Near the run shift. When tomato factory. Na wa bono region those days na ya bono hafo. And na make us na echagu o TV so. No mo say produce okra any garden eggs. That was 1960s. And I know crowd between 2000 2007 almost had to buy. Almost had to buy but enyina and almost shutting it down. Palugu tomato factory. Saltpond ceramic factory. Commander sugar factory. Paper convention company. Cotton factory in Tamale. Jute and shoe factory. No so na wo Kumase. Ni nyina ewe these factories no wo ho. It has been left to rot. And Osagyefo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is crying in his grave. Akame me nyansam ene maagini mu no. Enyame na me betre His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de wonye o. Enso me ye Ghana ni na ye nyina ye san line ekotim ye. Yakoto aba ne de. Na ye yi mpanimfo de you ye mpanimfo no you are there to serve us. Enye ne ye be serve mu. Enti eka mimi nko mimi ntimi nkyere de His Excellency enye ba me Ghana ni de these abandoned factories here egumura mu de anka His Excellency John Dramani Mahama gonja ni dis konkron wo se wo kan wo ye listening president papa wo ye listening president wadaroma kafu ani kwahye these abandoned factories see na sa mane mra biem na yemfa run 24-hour economy na boys sabi impreduasa omati omugu galamsey site omu sei nsuo no omu nyina mra fie na nka omu menya adwuma we binye a country called Ghana. Obetimi aboyrem no akere wadrin 0592136677 it's Biribi me enhwe achim kade matches factory no yenhwe emra na yewia yento aso ye free ho na okay ye de yenhwe no mransa yenhwe emra.
Ghana was once a major manufacturer of matches. Ghana was producing matches for several African countries including Togo, Liberia, Niger, Nigeria, Mauritania, Benin and other countries, bringing in large income of foreign exchange. The company was established in Achimkede in the eastern region under the name Ghana Match Factory Corporation. It produced 1,440 boxes of matches daily. The company was strategically placed in Kede to exploit the timber resources in that area and create employment for its residents. Today, the factory is in total shambles and has completely deteriorated. It has been left dormant for years. The Wenchi Tomato Processing Factory, located in what was then the Brongahafo region, is known for the processing and packaging of tomatoes and other vegetables such as okra and garden eggs. The factory was established in the 1960s under the Nkrumah regime. It was estimated to have employed over 1,000 people and also served as a ready market for the tomato farmers, which encouraged individuals in the community to enter into agriculture. Sadly, the factory has been inactive for decades. It was a huge blow to farmers and the workers whose livelihood depended on it. A region once noted for its mass production of canned tomatoes was brought down to its knees. Between the years 2000 and 2007, the factory would reopen again, but would later shut down due to an unreliable supply of the right tomato breed for processing. After Nkrumah's government was toppled down, most of the factories constructed in his time suffered the same fate. Factories like the Bolgatanga Meat Factory, the Palugu Tomato Factory, the Solpon Ceramic Factory, the Commander Sugar Factory, the Paper Convention Company, the Cotton Factory in Tamale, the Jute and Shoe Factory in Kumasi, and many others fell. Some argue that the factories were struggling and eventually collapsed.
We sit here and we say Ghana is free forever. Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is crying in his grave. Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah brabehe wachi. Factories are the buyer. Sanka emwa Ghana ni. Na emwa Ghana enkoso no. Factories ni na yeje na JJ mu no. Factories ni ana essay no. Factories betimi I employ nipa be 1,000 plus. They are running 24-hour economy. Factories ni na air rot no. Obetimi aboy remu no akire wa adwen 0592136677. Ene yenyi NDC NPP nsem entuja entonchen ni enka the facts. Cause NDC by wanye, NPP by wanye, NDC by wanye, NPP by wanye. No one is doing it. A country called Ghana. Oberia school. What if you onye adwuma nye? If said these factories no ewo hɔ a ana ye adwuma, if say you operate this factories a carbon quality one ko onye adwuma ye. Cause you the 24-hour economy. You better run a shift. Ebinum be kwa anopa, ebinum be kwa awia, ebinum be kwa anwumre. Ke ye run a shift. And ye mpanimfo no. No one is talking about this. Yen sam trafo ni binum so. A omafu. No omo de ti radio and TV so no nso. Omo so nka ho asem. Asem no dika. Hina koka. Miara enyo biaro miara. Let's say the gospel truth. Let's say the facts. Youth ni yabreo. Yabre. Na make say factories way say operate here. Anka galamsey sites nko bi ani ho. Anka omo a omo bo prostitute or those who are doing prostitution. Anka omo ni ho. Boys omo wo ghetto. Omo chichimu no. Enye omo pe o. Seka yempanimfo yi mobo apini. Those are omo prostitution. Ani omo wo ghetto. Mobo apini omo ana mni omo tenase ama oni omo din koma. Kamu be hu se nya omo akamu be hu se nya omo. And we sit here and we discuss or we talk about certain matters. No kranka emwa. Na de ebeboa ama oman no akoso, de ebeboa ama ordinary Ghanaian anya adwuma ye, de ebeboa ama obi nko galamsey site, de ebeboa ama obi enyina ekwan ho emmo ba sibra, de ebeboa ama obi nyina ghetto enhyehe no, yenya ho asede. These factories has been abandoned. It has been left to rot. Yankwa yetema cocoa silos. Our Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah edi 8.5 million euros. EDC, you can one of the factories what Ghana have giant factories silos. Silos no. Na ebetimi a store a year capacity of 200,000 cocoa. Or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Edisa factory way SCO. Time na Ghana, ye world markets, ye lead cocoa. One of the best cocoa producers in Africa, and I say in the entire world, was Ghana. And ye produce cocoa. And ye lead the world market. These silos, no, yet store 200,000 cocoa, and the silos has been left to rot. And you sit down here and we talk about NPP and DC. You talk about NPP and DC. And MP where away, and minister where away, and I lunch away, which silos has been left to rot. And silos, ever to me after nipa 1,000 and above, I'm on my yechuma ever ho. And it has been left to rot. NDC NPP. Diana Moyo Omai. Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is crying in his grave. Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is crying in his grave. Yaka musimu mienka. Mami Papa sorry. Obana. Wa wie school a wonya adwuma nye no. Silos nesi wono. And we are not talking about it. 8.5 million euros. And our sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ADC ye. And I ye koko yen sasia. E se di produce koko nyina na yato magalam safe we. Ani yato magalam safe we. No mudi tu for magudie. And silos is there. A bet me storage capacity of 200,000 cocoa. A bet me employ 1,000. 1,000 times 3. I say, cause I employ 1,000. A 24. Yeah, 24-hour economy. You better run a shift too. You better run a shift. And silos has been left to rot. And we sit down here. We talk, we smile, we eat, we drink, and then we sleep. And left silos to rot. And Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is crying in his grave. Sani apeno. Then metena ka say 6 March bia anka Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah factories no ya jaisa en rote en pro entity mu emu afufu ananka premier na sefu ne gum no ka president bia betena so 6 March bia factory ba ko yen fanye yen resurrect factory no because the factory is dead. Yen resurrect it, yen revive it, yen renovate it. Na Ghana fo nya adwuma nye. Sorry I say Kwame Dr. Kwame Nkrumah birthday. 6 months Kwame Nkrumah di independence ama Ghana. Eso Kwame Nkrumah dia ojato ho NDC NPP dia na mo ya fa ho. Silos.
Guys, so this is a
Aboso glass factory. Ni anya guide, ni amana tena ho. Obi ba won fa ni nwuram. No anhwehwe ho. Ne wi aya jiska kitu e bi na seska no kura kwan. Sesika no ekọ hen. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Dizzi.
Mr. Sedu.
Aha. Oh. Mr. Dizzi, money ejuma ye.
Okay.
Oh, Kwame Nkrumah de Oma Mobo Kwame Nkrumah Upodie. In fact, Oma Hagano.
Papa.
Maybe Mr. Dizzi to ebe ye kura nka medie uchro ye kura de koma greater highway Kumasi regional minister on former president and also a minister of a labor and you know a failure or move a juma mata Kwame Nkrumah de one way now yatana makura. So we know when we two series to be an Nitidaso. Nina, ye to report. Nipo Momo Wabo Mano. Politics in idea what I know. Politics. Oh, the Ghana, Mubaka Ghana, Yakopania Mobropo. There's a politics in Eddie Lima will be clear, papa. You, Mr. Dizzi. Kwame Nkrumah, I was near you, ma. Nyankopon ensa ya dwen na de awuka omutie no mo fanye djuma.
Okay.
Be de the American no.
Okay.
Yankopon kayo no maya de chepa.
But Mr. Seidu, meda wase pass wa frɛ na wa kyerɛ wa adwen. Ye free silos na yenko a pencil factory wo Kumasi, which was built in 1960s. Where the Kumasi ya pencil factory and also ye jai and a rotina adia wa wasro from kwe wo mni say sa pencil no ye to be free China and India. Now even though 2006 2026 ye wum ye can see car Ghana the top pencil every China and India ye boss chirewa e beche wonsa abrana factory do wo Kumasi heya ene jute and shoe so ana eno so ye factory wo Kumasi a ne ye de shoe factory ni nyina ye wen ye mre nti ye call pencil factory in Kumasi, which was built in 1960s. Yeah, we have also called Bonsa Tiles Company Limited, and also yeah. Hello.
I wanted to speak on your program.
Okay, please lower the volume of your TV set for me. Please lower the volume of your TV set for me so that we talk. Hello. Master say ofra, then you mute the volume of your TV set. And I saw the actual free TV no cry. Na men kasa say be a distraction. Utu be bet me abo rem 0592136677. Na watch share wadwin. Ti me ekoya nim de na hello.
Hello,
good evening.
Evening no ma.
Nyame adom me pa cho din ni ba bia free.
Me din ko go me share free wa.
Oh, okay, me pa cho share wadwin mame.
All
right.
Information make us free program na NDC pro but omo ye dey bia let us say intro.
Okay.
Omo agenda 11 project bia e won policy. Agenda 11 project omo wie.
Okay.
This thing now for omo new hospital district pro. But see NDC be chat
Oh, minu ya yentimi engine so betimi abo RM 0592136677. Hello. Okay, Bonza Tiles Company Limited. I was charging for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah or they buy year 1963. I was a year Western region Bonza Tiles. Na Ghana ya kasa ne produce a tiles. Mekaka akoba. Na Ghana ne produce na yasa exported the across different countries and na ye jaisa company way any mu machines nyasa enrote both NDC and PP na yenhwe sa two videos nimra yenhwe ye pencil factory no na yensa hwe Bonsa Tiles yemre no ye bre na ye bre wie na yemfa no enchato Biribi fameko na yenhwe mra.
So this is a pencil factory established in the early 1960s under Nkrumah's CPP government. This factory produced pencils locally as part of Nkrumah's import substitution program, where Ghana produced basic commodities without having to rely on imported ones. However, like many state-led industries of the 1960s, this factory reportedly faced challenges including poor management, global economic pressures, and political instability. The factory is no longer existing, it's now defunct. Ghana spends millions on the import of pencil each year, with China being the primary supplier, accounting for $3.91 million as of 2024. Minor imports come from India and Pakistan. As of March 2026, the site has been repurposed and is now associated with private commercial use. Let me know your thoughts on this.
Ghana, beautiful. Ghana for beautiful. And then I'm on here. Factory now, you know. Ghana for my brother, Ghana for my Ghana. Most of this giant factory. Now, there's one factory. Factory, I was your friend, Bonsa Tiles. And as a Bonsa Tile Company Limited. Ghana, dear. A Osajefo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and he sees our factory in 1963. No, Osajefo sees our factory, Bonsa, Western region. Now, purpose of this factory was to produce car tubes, any other rubber materials. Nani producing Hana. Look at a giant factory. Look at the machines inside the factory. This factory was working 100%. In those days, and this factory was producing car tires. Amana car tires, not yet exported because other neighboring African countries now. Not Ghana produce car tire, car tire, and car tubes. Look at the machines inside the factory. Never the kind of factory pie see honom. Wicked mindset, evil mind, any person in communion. Ya said that Jaquam and Kuma in the more ye na gumrum na esse na pronounced.
Okay. Nese ye Bonsa Tals and sona yakwa kwhwe ediaba Western region, a country called Ghana. Dr. Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is still crying in his grave. Very large factory way. What the factory I hear in TV is you. Tinipa dodo sen ne betimi afom. Pay 2,000. Same for 2,000 cry. Because aside for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, na ne factories ni nyina has 1,000 plus na na efa omo. Nanka ye the way air run it 24-hour economy. 1,000 echo a morning. No moko. Na 1,000 echo afternoon. No moko. Na 1,000 echo evening. Enti enka o man mu ba ye de. Adia ye produce as I export bi the different countries. Ghana ye see pay with you. NDC ba onya ho hwe na okọ na NPP aba onya ho hwe na okọ na NDC aba onya ho hwe na okọ na NPP aba onya ho hwe na okọ na NDC sa. It's the last week Friday me can say a third force will come. Maybe not our generation. Maybe not 21st century. Maybe ani awuwu ko. Maybe nsukura ni abobo mrewa ne nkokura. Third force will come. Our generation bim. 100 years there is a new generation. Bonsa Tals. Producer Amenyanti has 280. And I know I'm running shifts a day. A day. 8 hours beer. 8 hours beer 280. This our company way. Senka ye pretty. And the sky abemuno. Our Western regional. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, about your dinner baby are free.
I don't have TV news presenter.
Yeah. Hello, you are on it. Please talk.
And please, I'm just going to say, well, I've done a great job. What you have done is really making people to remember the past and things we are just wasting in our country. And all these are our finance that we are wasting, but we don't know. All the taxes you are paying, the e-levies, these are all the things they used to produce. And we don't know where you're wasting them. Well, anyhow, but what you are bringing on TV, I think it's good. And I suggest that you should bring news about we spoiling ourselves by taking drugs and other things, and other sexual activities which is not helping us. In our schools, we're using these drugs which will aid us in learning and other things. So I was suggesting you bring those kind of things to help us.
Okay. All right, thanks for calling. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Uswet me aboy rem 0592136677 and chania sorry. Time no asu nisa. Ti kwala ba ku bo rem aja ne ya faw. Na like brand say your friend some more kind. Sabe pe journalists for some trouble we are not talking about this. We don't talk about this. Adia say yeka na ewo wo ye mpanimfo no yenka koso akwaji sika wasi ni fi awie owoka bi odem ne mako school papa is a factory we no erote a onfa ho if these factories Erade. Se factories way yasa ye ni yie. Ama youth no unemployed youth no enye adwuma ya manukusu kra America akọ ibayi se fa to say bonsa tiles factory na ye because ye export tiles ni because nearby countries no ena ewo western regions sky ye benya no wom no e betimi asa be same factory different regions say 16 regions nanka region bia sa factory we ya dien na tresa Ghana ha anka youth no kra ebetu kwan why na nke betu kwan akọ obi mran so xenophobic attack I cause for South Africa cause these factories no ye operate ye adwuma ka why na bebre se o tu kwan agochichi ponkose why na betu kwan so okodware abrewa because yet ye manmu ye ho toyen ye wa adwuma ye tua ye kakama because stars no ye export biko Commander Sugar Factory ye export ni emako Palugu Tomato Factory ye export biko Bonza Glass Factory ye export biko Silos cocoa silos ye the cocoa ko. And we sit here, we eat, we drink, then we sleep in penny phone without thinking about the future. In Chima no more bano, a sabain a ye chadi ato wa momo. A sabain ye chadi ato wa momo. No, sorry for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and none of I think so almost soon as, hey, it is saying I mean another yay. And Obianka was near China air rotte. A country called Ghana. Well, Hana Mrema Kwame did you make in a berry yet? Yadobi Biaro J bread share, I say. Mamma free in a Yankupon Sramo. Meaning said, they went to me and for a waboto. Cause we are not talking about this. We don't talk about this. Nimso waboto pa. Yankupon so bibiara. Nana kwadwo na gina camera na chi bibi ena WMCA wode ye come from em so Dr. Apia Eba Center ena da so no papa na so yasene me edi dwumadie no ebrem ye bia ya apona so wonso betimi aba so yasene o dwumadie bia ye di e wo Hana TV fie ha say we need sponsors it's message mumra you guys will come on board na ye bo ade ton de room hour obi beka so akwaji adru ena me anka sema aboto yankopon so bibiara mediane Dizzi Davis obetimi follow me on also